every day at 3 a.m., deep inside the mine. Spring water mixed with gold dust seeps from the rock wall. As long as I collect that spring water, then filter and settle it, I can obtain extremely pure gold. My grandfather told me this secret right before he passed away. When he was young, he was a miner. He worked in this mine his entire life. Before he died, he held my hand and said weakly, "Ethan, the mine behind the mountain is not abandoned. Deep inside, there is a golden spring. At 3 a.m. every day, gold dust appears. Do not tell anyone. Look at him now." After Grandpa passed away, I became an orphan. In the village, I endured endless scorn and humiliation. After barely making it to adulthood, I ran into the years when city housing prices were skyrocketing like crazy. Anyone in the village with a little money ran to the city to buy houses and hoard them, waiting for their value to rise. Samuel Song's family bought 3 apartments in the city. Kyle Song spent his days doing nothing. But because his family owned several homes, he strutted around the village like he owned it. I had no money to buy a house. Grandpa only left me one broken tile-roofed house. And the secret of this mine, I scraped together money from everywhere and borrowed 200,000 from the bank. Finally, I gathered 300,000 yuan and bought from the village the permanent right to use this abandoned mine. When I signed my name on the transfer contract, a barely noticeable look of contempt flashed through Samuel Song's eyes. He must have thought I was an idiot, spending 300,000 on a worthless broken cave. But he did not know that from this moment on, my life was about to change completely. I walked to the mine entrance and pushed open the rusty iron gate. A damp, moldy smell hit me in the face. Inside, it was pitch black. Only a few beams of sunlight came through cracks in the ceiling. I turned on my flashlight and stepped carefully, making my way deeper into the mine. The ground was covered with puddles and broken stones. The walls were covered in moss. After walking for about half an hour, I finally reached the place Grandpa described, the deepest cave inside. The cave was not large, only about a dozen square meters. In the center was a small pool. The water was so clear I could see the bottom. I checked my watch. It was exactly 2:50 a.m. Following the method Grandpa taught me, I sat down beside the pool and waited quietly. Time passed second by second. When the hands of my watch pointed to exactly 3 a.m., something miraculous happened. On the rock wall across the pool, streams of golden spring water began to seep out. The water flowed down the rock wall and poured into the pool. It kept flowing into the pool. The entire pool started glowing with golden light. I trembled all over from excitement. I quickly took out the buckets I had prepared and began catching the spring water filled with gold dust. The spring flowed for about 10 minutes, then stopped. I collected 3 full buckets of water in total. I poured the water into the filtering device and started filtering and settling it. After all the water had been filtered, at the bottom of the device, there was a thick layer of gold dust. I collected all the gold dust and weighed it on a scale. It weighed a full 3 jin. Based on the current gold price, 1 gram of gold is over 400 yuan. 3 jin is 1,500 grams, worth more than 600,000 yuan. Looking at the glittering gold in my hands, I could not stop my tears from falling. For 3 years, I had suffered in this village. Today, I finally saw hope. Grandpa did not lie to me. This mine was truly a treasure bowl. I carefully put the gold away and hid it deep inside the mine, in a place only I knew. Then I cleaned up the scene, making sure I left no trace behind. When I walked out of the mine, the sky was already turning light. I took a deep breath of fresh air. I took another deep breath of fresh air. The whole world felt different. From today on, I, Ethan Jiang, would no longer be that poor man anyone could bully. Early the next morning, I carried a small piece of gold and quietly left the village. I did not go to the gold shop in town. Instead, I took a bus straight to the city. There was only one gold shop in town. The owner was Walter Wang. He was notorious for being heartless. He forced prices down brutally and loved to cheat people on weight. If I sold the gold to him, he would definitely rip me off. There were many gold shops in the city, and they were more legitimate. The prices were also fair. I found the biggest chain gold store and walked in. "Hello, sir, how may I help you?" "I want to sell some gold." "Alright, please come this way." The saleswoman led me to the recycling counter. An appraiser in a white coat took the gold from my hand, looked at it carefully, and tested it with a machine. "Sir, your gold is very pure. It reaches 99.99 purity. Our recycling price today is 420 yuan per gram. This piece is 100 grams. So the total is 42,000 yuan. Does that work for you?" "Yes." I nodded. The appraiser prepared the receipt and took me to the finance office to collect the money. When I received that thick stack of cash, my hands were shaking. This was the first time in my life I had ever seen so much money. After leaving the gold store, I found a place with no one around, and counted the money again and again. That was right, exactly 42,000 yuan. I did not spend all the money. First, I paid the first installment on the bank loan. Then I took the remaining 12,000 yuan, and went to the mall to buy supplies. I bought a better filtering device. I also bought several large buckets, and some tools. Finally, I went to the supermarket and bought 20 jin of rice, 5 jin of pork, a barrel of cooking oil, and some daily necessities. When I carried these things back to the village, I happened to run into Kyle Song and a few of his useless friends. "Where did you go so early? What are you carrying? Let us brothers take a look." As he spoke, he reached out to snatch my things. I stepped back. Kyle Song refused to let it go. "What, hiding treasure in that basket? I am telling you. Ethan Jiang, do not reject kindness and ask for trouble. My uncle is the village chief. Try touching me if you dare." My voice turned even colder. "I will say it again. Move." Kyle Song was startled by the look in my eyes, and instinctively stepped back. By the time he came back to his senses, I had already carried my things far away. Why did that kid suddenly grow a spine? He must have stolen something in the city. Otherwise, where did he get money to buy all that? I went home and put the things down. Looking at the rice and pork on the table, my heart was filled with mixed emotions. For 3 years, I had never eaten a full meal, let alone meat. Today, I could finally eat properly. The hatred from my past life, and the resentment of this life, should finally be settled. "Ethan, I heard you went to the city today. Where did you get the money to go there? And you even bought so many things. Tell your uncle honestly, did this money come from something shady?" "I earned it myself." "Humph, earned it yourself? Yesterday you were still so poor you were gnawing on steamed buns. Today you are buying rice and meat. What job could possibly earn that much money? What I do is none of your business." "Ethan Jiang, do not be ungrateful. The village hates dirty hands the most. If you really stole from someone, it is not too late to confess now. Otherwise, we will call the police. I did not steal anything. If you do not believe me, call the police." "You," Kyle Song was choked speechless by my words. Just then, a voice came from behind the crowd. "What is all this noise about? It is noon, and instead of eating, you are making a scene at someone's door. You are making a scene at someone's door." I looked up. It was Uncle Mason. Uncle Mason was an old miner in the village. He had the best relationship with my grandfather. After Grandpa passed away, he was the only person in the village who treated me well. "Hey, Mason. This has nothing to do with you. We are asking Ethan Jiang where his money came from. Where his money came from is none of your business." I watched Ethan grow up. He is not the kind of person who steals. Mason, do not protect him. He is just a poor nobody. If he suddenly has money, there must be something wrong. What is wrong with it? He earned money with his own ability. How does that hurt you? But when you sold that abandoned mine to Ethan for 300,000 yuan, why did you not mention how you cheated him? "I sold it at market price." "Humph, market price? That broken cave was unwanted even for free. You sold it for 300,000 yuan, and you still dare call that market price? Fine, Ethan Jiang. If you have guts, just wait and see. Just wait and see." Samuel Song was left speechless by Uncle Mason. He glared at me viciously. After saying that, he took Kyle Song and the others, and slunk away in defeat. "Ethan, are you alright?" "I am fine. Thank you, Uncle Mason." "No need to thank me. Samuel Song is extremely petty. You made him lose face this time. He definitely will not let this go." "I understand, but since I dared to do this, I had already prepared for everything. By the way, where did that money really come from?" I hesitated for a moment. I did not tell him the secret of the mine. It was not that I did not trust him. It was that this secret was too important. The more people knew, the greater the danger. "I found a job in the city. I earned it by working for someone." Uncle Mason looked at me, and did not ask any further. He knew I did not want to say it. Even if he asked again, it would be useless. "Alright, eat your meal properly. Remember, come to me if anything happens." After Uncle Mason left, I closed the door and continued eating. The braised pork smelled delicious, but I ate with a heavy heart. I knew Samuel Song would not just let this go. He would definitely send people to watch me, trying to find out the secret behind my money. I had to be even more careful. I could not let anyone discover the secret of the mine. Over the next few days, I went to the mine every day at 3 a.m. to collect gold dust. Every day, I could harvest around 3 jin of gold, worth more than 600,000 yuan. I did not sell all the gold at once. Instead, I sold only a small piece each time. Each sale brought in tens of thousands of yuan. I was afraid that selling too much at once would make people suspicious. With the money from selling gold, I repaired my broken tile-roofed house. I also bought some new furniture. I even bought a motorcycle, making it much easier to go to the city. Everyone in the village noticed my changes. They no longer mocked me the way they used to, but when they looked at me, there was more suspicion and jealousy in their eyes. Sure enough, Samuel Song sent people to watch me. Every time I went to the mine, I was extremely careful, and I always went at 3 a.m. before dawn broke. Those people following me could never discover my secret. That day, I went to the city to sell gold again. After selling the gold, I was about to take a bus back to the village when someone stopped me. "Young man, wait a moment." I turned around and saw Walter Wang. He was the owner of the town's gold shop and Samuel Song's brother-in-law. "What is it?" "Young man, I see you often come to the city to sell gold. Why not sell it at my shop? My price is not lower than the city's." Seeing this, Walter Wang immediately came up warmly, trying to pull Ethan Jiang to his own shop. "I am used to selling in the city." Seeing that Ethan Jiang was unmoved, Walter Wang quickly changed tactics and started playing the relationship card. "We are from the same town. Bring me your gold, and I will add 5 yuan per gram. How about that?" To tempt Ethan Jiang, Walter Wang directly offered a higher price. I sneered inwardly. Walter Wang was famous for being stingy. How could he raise the price for me for no reason? He must be trying to get information from me, trying to find out where my gold came from. "No need, thank you." "Hey, young man, do not leave. We can talk business. If you think the price is not right, I can raise it again." I sneered inwardly. Walter Wang was famous for being stingy. How could he raise the price for me for no reason? He must be trying to get information from me, trying to find out where my gold came from. "No need, thank you." "Hey, young man, do not leave. We can talk business. If you think the price is not right, I can raise it again." I said no. Walter Wang's expression suddenly darkened. It suddenly darkened. "Ethan Jiang, do not reject kindness and ask for trouble. I am telling you, in this area's gold recycling business, I, Walter Wang, call the shots. If you do not sell to me, from now on, do not even think about selling a single tael of gold around here." "Really? Then I would like to try." I walked away without looking back. Walter Wang watched my back, a vicious look flashing in his eyes. Back in the village, I discovered Kyle Song was waiting outside my house again. "Ethan Jiang, you finally came back. My uncle needs to see you. He wants you to go to the village committee office." "What is it about?" "You will know when you get there." I followed Kyle Song to the village committee office. Samuel Song was sitting in the office, smoking. When he saw me come in, he put out his cigarette. "Ethan, sit down." "Village chief, what do you need from me?" "Here is the thing. The village is planning to repair a road recently. We need some money. The village collective fund is not enough, so we want everyone to donate a little. Repairing roads is a good thing. How much do you need me to donate?" "Look, you are rich now, so donate a little more. How about 100,000 yuan? I sneered inwardly. Repairing the road was fake. Trying to extort money from me was real. I knew the village collective fund very well. Forget repairing one road. It was enough to repair 10. I do not have that much money. You do not? Stop pretending. Who does not know you are rich now? You repaired your house and bought a motorcycle. What is 100,000 yuan to you? I really do not have that much money. I earned this money from working. It was just enough to repair the house and buy the motorcycle. Working? Oof, what job can make that much money? Do not think I do not know. You must have found some treasure. It came from that mine behind the mountain. My heart suddenly skipped a beat, but my face remained calm. Village chief, you really know how to joke. That mine has been abandoned for decades. How could there be treasure? Whether there is treasure or not, you know best. Ethan Jiang, I am telling you, that mine is village collective property. Although you bought the right to use it, anything underground still belongs to the village. If you really dug up any treasure, you must hand it over to the village. I did not dig up any treasure. If you do not believe me, you can take people to search the mine. You think I would not dare? I am telling you, Ethan Jiang, you had better hand over the treasure obediently, and donate 100,000 yuan for the road. Otherwise, I will take back your right to use the mine. Try it. I have a formal transfer contract, and a land certificate. If you dare take it back, I will sue you in court. In Renaying village, there is nothing I, Samuel Song, would not dare do. Then try it. I ignored him and walked straight out of the village committee office. Ethan Jiang, stop right there. After returning home, I knew very clearly that Samuel Song would not let this go. He would definitely find a way to cause trouble for me, and might even take people to search the mine.